What's up, Kid Zone? This is your Crew 45 Fall 2023 update video. So let me say this first off. Thank you so much for being part of our team and helping out with everything for Crew 45. This is such a special ministry. So what I specifically want you to hear out of this video, I'm going to hit some practical stuff in just a little bit, but I want to just retell the vision of this for you, okay? Our goal is to equip kids to make a difference and powerfully follow Jesus. But I want you to think about this for a second. Because sometimes we're only doing Crew 45 because it's like, hey, we have 4th and 5th graders and they're just mentally starting to check out. And, you know, if we give them an idea of something to do, maybe they won't be like, you know, as frustrating to have in Kid Zone at times. Like, that's genuinely some of the mindset that can be had. But I want to say this to you differently for a second, okay? Because what you're not doing is you're not just helping kids find a sense of purpose, you're helping them find God's purpose for their life. Whenever you think about just your life even, and as I've worked with a lot of adults, it's crazy the moments that you come back to whenever you're a kid. The first time that somebody says something to you, the first time that you've had some type of an interaction, a negative one and a positive one. What you're doing in a lot of ways is laying foundational things for them, because whenever they're at school, even when they're at home, there's certain things that they might not hear. Things specifically like God has a really big purpose for your life. That's a foundational thing that we need kids to know. Knowing that, hey, no matter what age you're at, you can still do something good for somebody else and you can make a difference. Even saying to them, you're needed here on this team because God's put gifts in you and you get to use them right now. Imagine for a second if that's ingrained into your mind. That doesn't build arrogance, that builds confidence, so that whenever you're in different environments, especially as you grow, you have some assurance of, oh, I know that I have purpose because that was something that was told to me whenever I was young, and now I get to walk in that. It's so important what you're doing. And I want to paint this like this. You're not even babysitting with Crew 45. If that's your mindset of like, I've got a bunch of 4th and 5th graders that I just have to tell what to do. Wrong, absolutely wrong. I want you to imagine this very similar to anything else. Imagine this almost for a second like this is like a football game, or my personal favorite, hockey. Okay, imagine it's like that, because what you're doing whenever you're leading Crew 45 is you are essentially similar to the coach that's on the sidelines saying ahead of time, you're in these positions, okay, you're doing this thing, you're going to be getting the secret word. I want you to be ready, because if there's anybody new that walks in, you're going to be sitting with them. When it gets to the game, you guys are going to be helping being in your spots. You're laying it out. You as the Crew 45 leader or assistant leader or student leader or whatever your job is, what you're doing is very similar to Mike Tomlin and I'm blanking on his name, but the Penguins head coach, Mike Sullivan, and you are the person who is helping them get in their spots so that they are able to succeed. You're leading a team, and I want you to treat it like that. I want you to treat it like camaraderie of the entire time throughout the Kid Zone experience. You've got those Crew 45 people there. You're telling them what to do. And here's the other thing that I want to really challenge anybody who's doing anything with Crew 45 this year, okay? I want you to be incredibly intentional with praying for your team and having moments with your team. I genuinely believe that every single moment matters, and whenever we are having moments with kids, specific moments, whenever you're able to say to them, or you're able to, after they do something with a game, be able to say, hey, come over here, I want to talk to you real quick. And you sit down and you talk with them and you say to them like, hey, why are you not as focused with this? Or like, hey, that was such a good job. I want you to know you're doing really, really good with this. When you have those one-on-one interactions, it helps so much to build trust with those students, and it also helps to reinforce a sense of affirmation for them. I kid you not, those moments whenever you take with a kid and you're able to say like, hey, I just want to show you attention. I just want to be able to take a moment with you. Those moments, they might be able to hear you more than anything. And more than that, they're moments whenever they get to see you and they get to hear you and they get to be with you. And those moments with your team are going to be ones that are so important. So take intentional time with your team, with your Crew 45 team. So a few practical notes. We're getting started with the fall semester, September 9th and 10th. So a parent email just went out, 10 minutes ago, okay? This is weeks before the September date. I don't even know when you guys are going to see this video. But As of right now, parents are now seeing that email. They're like, why is Pastor Colin awake this late? They're telling me this. They're saying, we've never seen a kids pastor awake this late before. I'm joking. So September 9th and 10th is when we're getting started with it. View practical notes, we're still going to be using a folder. So what we're trying to do in some senses is get the students ready for a number of them that will transition to be on the team one day. So we want them to be familiar with the format. So when the 5-minute countdown starts, you're going to call on the microphone, hey, if you're in Crew 45, you can make your way over to the garage. And then whenever you're there, you will use the folder that is there and just mark out like, here's who's doing which positions, okay? The one tip I will give you is try to leave at least one position open, because there's going to be that family that's late. I can give you their names. I can like spot on tell you exactly which family it's going to be. I'm not, because we're going to put this on YouTube. But make sure that you keep at least 1 or 2 spots open as far as like, hey, we still need somebody for this, and make it something easy, like secret word, easy. Like that's an easy one to leave open for somebody, especially because it's towards the end. You don't want to pick something of like, I left the greeting position open, and the kid shows up 10 minutes late, and it's like, well, nobody's greeting anybody anyway. So fantastic. So just leave something open whenever using the folder. So I'm really excited for what this year is going to be. Don't lose exactly how important this is, because you are setting such a strong foundation for these kids. So thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for helping to lead and make Crew 45 amazing, because it genuinely cannot happen without you. So let's see some amazing disciples made for Jesus through our Crew 45 students this year. Thank you, guys.